Hi everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And today I'm here to share a card that I'm going to make using the Time of Giving, I have to remember the name, Time of Giving bundle from Stampin' Up! And so I actually got inspired. I'm going to case a card. Actually, it's not a card. It's packaging that is in the July to December mini catalog. So I'm going to use that as my inspiration and show you how you can case an idea. So the catalogs, the Stampin' Up! Catalogs are absolutely amazing and full of inspiration. The concept artists at Stampin' Up! Do a great job with the samples. And so if you're ever stuck for ideas, the catalog is a great place to go to check things out and just to see, you know, what the concept artists have made using the stamp set. So, hey Nancy, glad people are joining me. If you're here for the first time, coming in through YouTube, welcome, glad you found me. And if you come back through YouTube, great, I'm glad you're coming back. Please take the time to subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're here so you'll get notified when I do upcoming videos. If you're coming in through my Facebook group, I'm glad you're coming back. And make sure you've gone in and given your StreamYard, which is the application I use for streaming, permission to so that I can actually see on StreamYard when I'm doing my lives who's actually commenting. If you don't give permission, you going to streamyard.com/Facebook, I actually only see a Facebook user, and I'd really like just to acknowledge you by name if you're coming in to join me. So, all right, and if you are coming in, I'd love for you to leave a comment and let me know where you're watching from. Okay, let me switch over to my desktop and I will show you. First of all, I will show you the bundle. So this is the Time of Giving bundle. So it's got, you know, sentiments both for the holiday season, the Christmas season, as well as Thanksgiving and Halloween, which is great. And then what drew me to this, and I have made a card in the past using this die, are these dies that have I don't know, they're rectangular and they have the inset of the shape. So this one was snowflakes. This one is great with Santa and his sleigh, some ornaments. These are pumpkins, I think. Pumpkins. And then lots of open, you know, leaves and leaves to cut out the stamps. This, I guess that's wheat. And snowflakes, and then some other shapes, some stars and a moon. So some really nice, oh, I guess that stars and moon would go over Santa and his sleigh. So lots of ideas to use for these. So I decided I was going to just check out the, oopsie, I'm losing some of my pre-cut pieces here. Hey, Bonnie. Oh, New Mexico, welcome. So, like I said, sometimes when I'm looking for inspiration, I actually go to the catalog. And so I'm going to try and bring this a little closer. It's going to be a little blurry, and apologies for that. But I spotted this, which is actually packaging. So it looks like there's a box, and they've stamped on the box, and then have some tags, put some designer series paper. And I thought, well, I can make a card using that because I really like the look of that. And I was looking to make a card. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to case this. So case means copy and share everything. I guess there's all sorts of interpretations of it, but that's what I use. Copy and share everything. So you can copy it exactly as it is, or you can copy it and alter it, some of it. And that's kind of what I'm going to do here. So I've got a piece of Cajun Craze, and this is 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm just going to put it in my trimmer and score it at 4.25. I just want to make sure that that is 5.5. Sometimes yes, it is. Sometimes I grab cut pieces that are already cut out of my supplies, and then it's not cut the right size. So I've got that, and now I'm just going to take my bone folder and give it a good crease. I've taken a piece of Very vanilla. And I have actually embossed this with, this is the Type Worn Type embossing folder that is in the mini catalog, the July to December mini catalog. I believe this is part of the Nature's Harvest bundle. I'm not positive. Make sure there are some words that you can actually read, so I always try to make sure I have my words going the right way. And I'm just going to adhere this. I'm going to use Stampin' Seal, but you could use whatever your favorite adhesive is. So we're just going to adhere that on. Straight. Okay, now I've already gone ahead and cut out some pieces. So we go back to the sample. There are tags cut, and those tags are cut using the tailor-made tags. So these are a great set. So I know I've said on past videos that the scallop contour dies are my absolute favorite dies, and they are. But I think these are got to be my second one go-to dies. I'm going to put them in the right order here. I just love these. I've always loved tags, and so these dies are just perfect for creating tags of all different sizes, and they have the two different shapes to them. This is the kind of squared off, and then this is a little bit more ornate, and there are 4 sizes. And then these really cool little dies down here cut some pieces that can go over the holes. So there are the oval ones and the circle ones, and they're like the reinforcements that I used to use as a kid when I was in school to put over my loose leaf when the holes tore open. So I love these tags. So I have gone ahead and cut out a tag in Early Espresso and also Crumb Cake. So I'm going to use those on my card like that. I have also got a piece of Berry Vanilla. This is cut 3/4 of an inch by, I believe I cut it, it's about 3 inches. So that's going to be for the sentiment. And then I've gone ahead and cut out Bumblebee and Cajun Craze, this die here. Oops. So this die looks like it's a long die, and it actually cuts 5 different leaves out and 5 different shapes, which is really cool that you can cut them all out at once. So I went ahead and cut some out of Cajun Craze and Bumblebee. And then I'm going to do some stamping. I'm just going to bring in my silicone mat here so I don't stamp on my my paper. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp in Crumb Cake. Yeah, I'm going to stamp this in Crumb Cake, so it's going to be tone on tone. And I'll cut these out using the die. And scrap like that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp, and I do need a piece of scrap. Find some scrap paper here. There we go. I'm going to stamp on my tag using these same. I'm just going to stamp off because I really do just want it being much lighter than what it would be if it was full strength Crumb Cake. There we go. So I just want some detail on that. Okay. All right, now let's go and find the die that will cut these out. So this is the die that will cut out the stamped images. So I'm just going to take that off. I've got my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine off here. So I'm just going to cut that off to the side. Right. And then I think we are pretty close to being ready to go to put the card together. Right. And the only other sentiment I'm going to need is this thankful sentiment. And I'll get that out while I've got my stamp set open. Okay, now what else was I going to do? Okay, I think that's it. I'm not going to put it together until I have my tags. So I've got some of this, what is this called? This is called diamond weave ribbon. And I'm hoping this will go through my tag. If it won't, I'm going to have to, I've got some twine here as well. I think I can get it through, yeah. All right, so I've got this, this is really pretty, this diamond weave. It's quite thick, so it's not as good for tying bows as if it was, thinner, softer ribbon. It's quite coarse and thick. All right, so we're going to take, and I don't need that much, but we'll trim it. And then I've got some of the Baker's Twine Essential. And so I think I'm going to use the crumb cake. And I'm just going to go around this and tie it in a bow. Oh yeah, me too. Oh, hi, Darlene and Maxine. Yeah, I love the crumb cake as well. It's kind of my go-to. I don't often use Berry Vanilla, but I really like it when I do. And so I do need to try and use it more often. But there are certainly some colors that Berry Vanilla seems to be the obvious choice. And these neutrals is one of them. Tie a bow. There we go. It's much easier to tie a bow with the twine than the diamond weave ribbon. All right, so then I'm just going to adjust this so that it's like that. Put it in the center, and I'm going to use some dimensionals to pop this up with. I'm going to put one kind of right on the middle here between the two tags. Or maybe I'll put two. That will just hold them in place from shifting. And let's see. I'll get my backs off. There we go. All right. I'm going to trim that twine as well. Let's kind of position that like that. And then I'm going to use a combination of mini dimensionals and glue dots to adhere these stamped and cut out images. So I'm just going to kind of position some of them. I'm not going to cover the whole thing, and I know I've got probably too many. So I'm just going to position some of these as background. Oops. And then put some of the smaller ones like that. And then use some mini dimensionals. Too much to choose from. All right. Oopsie. These the ones that you cut out, just the plain shaped one, or the plain ones, not the stamped ones. You they've got slats slots in them. They're cut to make it look like the veins, and so you do have to be a bit careful because they tend to kind of pull a little bit. So I'm just going to tuck this underneath like that, and I think I need one more of the Cajun craze. They're so pretty, I could use way more, but I don't think I need that many. So we'll just put one more like that. And I am going to trim this twine a little bit, not make it quite so long. There we go. And trim that. There we go. Okay, now the last thing I need to do for my card front, and I'm going to save my leaves so I don't lose those and use them for another card, is I need to stamp the sentiment. Okay. So I cut a piece. Oh, there it is. I've lost my my piece of crumb cake that I cut out. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment in Cajun Craze using my thankful stamp. And we'll have to put the labels on. I tend to be very lazy with the labels sometimes. All right, so I'm actually going to use my, I think it's called Lovely Labels punch. So I'm going to just leave some space. Hopefully that's pretty straight. Not too bad. A little bit crooked, but that's okay. All right, and now I've got my Lovely Labels punch, and I am going to cut using the square end. There are two different ends on this. One is more ornate, but because I've used the square end of the tags, I'm going to use that one. Now, one tip with this, I struggle with getting the paper in straight, right to the end and straight. So I find it much easier to put my paper in, turn it upside down so I can see that the paper is pushed up right against this edge here, and then punch. I find that I sometimes get my end that is not, it's not cut very straight, and so I do find that it's much easier to do it like this. Now I'm just going to take and put a glue dot on the end of this. I almost out of glue dots. Maybe I'm out of glue dots. Oh no, there's one left. So I'm just going to take a glue dot and push this up. I'm going to tuck it under that one leaf there and over top. And then I'm going to take a glue dot. I think I have a glue. Yeah, I'm not a glue dot, a dimensional. And I'm just going to pop a dimensional under this end of it and have it kind of sit like that. And then the last thing I have, I wasn't sure if I was going to use them, but these brushed metallic dots are so pretty. I think they just are perfect for adding just a little bit of bling to a fall themed card. So I'm going to use the brass ones, I think, and I'm going to put one there and one there and one there. So there are three. There's brass, copper, and I'm not sure what this one is. Maybe it's gold, copper, and brass. I'm not sure. I don't know that it tells me either. But anyway, there are three colors, three different metals in this package, and it comes in a package of 90 different ones, and it's perfect for, I've been using them a lot. Actually, I think this is my second package. All right. So there, that's my thank you card, thankful card. Great for Thanksgiving, which is in Canada coming up in October, or just a fall themed card. It's just very pretty. And I like the type worn. This is just a really lovely embossing folder that just to give you kind of an overall pattern. And you probably can't see that very well, or maybe a little bit there. A little bit of words on it. They're hard to read. There's just a few words you can pick out here or there, but it makes for a very pretty background for a card. All right. There we go. Maybe pewter. Oh, that's a good idea, Maxine. You always come up with the right answers for me. Thank you. Thanks, Bonnie. I actually am pretty happy with this card. I don't tend to make a lot of autumn or fall themed cards, but I love leaves. So, you know, and I love neutrals. So I don't know. And casing the catalog, I guess I didn't really come up with this card. So casing the catalog is a great idea if you're looking for inspiration, especially if you've got a stamp set you haven't used before. You can always go to Pinterest, but the concept artists do such an amazing job at Stampin' Up. So I tend to look there first before I actually look out at Pinterest just to get some ideas. So don't dismiss your catalogs, and don't throw them away, because even though the stamp sets change and the products change, the ideas in the stamp sets don't change, and you can always use them for inspiration. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed that. I will be back on Saturday at 2 o'clock Pacific on my Facebook group only. I won't be on YouTube with a mystery challenge. So the clue for the mystery challenge will go live about 9 in the morning. So if you're not part of my Facebook group, I will put the link underneath the YouTube video. Many of you are coming in through the Facebook group, but those coming in through YouTube, if you're interested in joining my Facebook group, I will put the link underneath the video so that you can join the group. So that will go live about 9 in the morning with the clue, and I'll be live in my group at 2 o'clock with the mystery challenge. And then on Sunday, I'll be back at 12 noon Pacific with a project of some sort, a technique. And then the next one is Tuesday at 6:30 Pacific will be my sketch challenge, and that will be on my group, my page, and also on YouTube. So I hope you'll join me for some of those. Yeah. And if you've got any questions, just leave comments and I'll answer them. So thanks, everybody. Enjoy the evening and happy stamping. Bye.